The fractional lead manager. So that's kind of what we title it. You've probably heard of like fractional CEOs and fractional COOs and things like that. So these lead managers, they're not, full time with you guys. They are there to help you at a minimum of 2 hours a day. So that's the minimum requirement to have a fractional lead manager with Call Porter. I also want to say that all of our lead managers 100% US based. We don't outsource. We don't hire, VAs in the Philippines or Egypt or anything like that. They're all here in-house at Call Porter. Actually, to be a lead manager at Call Porter, we're actually promoting within. We don't even hire outside of Call Porter. So the phone reps that have been really good on the inbound side of things, good client feedback, hit their numbers really well, we promote them and move them over to the fractional lead manager. That being said, what the lead manager does is they're going to essentially get into your pipeline of leads. We love working with in REsimpli. Our reps are trained in REsimpli. They know it front and back. They are really good at tagging people appropriately, moving the deal deck around, keeping your CRM organized. They are there to essentially keep conversation going and book appointments for you. Is that okay for now?
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
want to go too far into it. So if anybody's got kind of questions based upon what I just said there, we can definitely go into more.
So you said, first of all, that you need to hire a lead manager for minimum 2 hours.
A minimum 2 hours.
2 hours a day, so 10 hours a week, right?
Correct. Yep.
And it has to be minimum 2 hours a day. It cannot be. And then can you choose the time for that? Like, based on what time zone I'm in?
Yep. So the way that it kind of works with us is if you even are interested in a lead manager, you have an interview on Zoom, just kind of like what we're doing now. So it's either myself or Chris Kwok over at the call center and the lead manager. And you just have a quick interview, just to even see if you jive well with a person, right? And then from there, there's an additional like form that the potential client fills out, and they put their time preferences in there on when they would want the lead manager to work. And then we try to do our best to fulfill like obviously their first preference or their second preference for time.
Right. And what have you noticed, like the clients that are using you guys, what have you noticed, like how many deals are they doing for it to make sense? I mean, I would imagine it would be some experienced investors.
Yes.
And then also some 9 to 5 people.
Yeah. Most of our clients with the lead managers are your seasoned investors that have a decent pipeline of leads. They're continuously marketing. That's the most important part of it. If you're not consistently marketing, a lead manager with Call Porter probably doesn't make sense. Or maybe you are consistently marketing and you're behind in your follow-ups. And you're just like, everybody knows like follow-up that's the tough part of everything, right? That's where the money is made though. So we've got clients that use our lead managers to get caught up. So they're like with us maybe for a month or 2, 3 months. And then we've got clients that have been with us long term because they have that consistent pipeline that they want us working in. So very minimally do we see, people that still have a W-2 9 to 5 using the lead management system. They are using the inbound side of things because they don't want to miss a phone call while they're at work.
What would you say the most important role of or KPI for a lead manager is?
Booking appointments.
Booking appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And are they also qualifying the lead?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So they're definitely qualifying the lead. And the way that we do that at Call Porter, obviously the seller information, and you might already have some information within your CRM. So they're touching base with what information's already there. But let's say it's just like a clean slate, right? Seller information, and then we go into the 4 pillars of what we all call as a good real estate deal: property condition, motivation, time frame, and a price point. So our reps are always trying to get all of that information for you, and then they book that appointment. Now, clients are different on, they're like, I don't care if I get all of that information, book the appointment. So it just really depends on the client as well, on how you want us to do that.
Got it. So you would have those 4 pillars, but at the end of the day, it's the client that's basically driving the process and saying, hey,
Yep.
Just book me as many appointments as you want, or depending on how many leads they have, they might say, hey, just make sure it's a qualified appointment, otherwise don't book me an appointment.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's very client dependent.
okay, is the lead manager, the fractional lead manager, is that person mostly calling, texting, emailing, or doing a little bit of everything?
Again, very client dependent. So depending on what you want that lead manager to do, they can certainly do all of that, you know, within ReSimpli if they're doing that, or, you know, and they're working in all kinds of different CRMs. But ReSimpli is their favorite. And I'm not just like putting that out there because we're on a ReSimpli mastermind. It truly is our lead manager's favorite CRM to work in. But yeah, they can call, they can text, they can email, you know, set up the drip campaigns, keep your CRM organized. But it all depends. Like if you're like, hey, I really want my lead manager on an auto dialer because I want them hitting 200 calls a day, then they're probably not texting and emailing and leaving voicemails, you know? So it really is on what that client wants us to do.